Hi, my name is Dr. Chawanna Chambers. I am Chief Academic Officer at Compass Rose Public Schools in San Antonio, Texas. And today I want to talk about data. Actually, not all data. I actually just want to talk a little bit about how to get started when you are trying to create data practice systems within your classroom. So, we know that across every district, every charter network, and every school, everyone wants to be data driven. I prefer the term data informed, but we know that that data matters. Right? And that we have to be looking at it, we have to be analyzing it to make sure that we are providing the kind of instruction that students need, and that we're being responsive to the changes, the shifts, and what the trends are within our classrooms and in our schools. But it can be extremely overwhelming because we have data coming from everywhere. You have all of the ed tech tools that you use will likely have some form of data. We're tracking activity data through those apps. We have our grade book for the work that they're doing on paper and things. We have quizzes and exit tickets and unit assessments and biweeklies, benchmarks, state exams, diagnostics. We just have data coming out of our ears. And it can be really difficult to know where to start. So when you're talking about data in the blended learning setting, you will choose your app, right? Let's say you are using an app for math fluency or an app for literacy fluency and literacy development. That particular app is going to have its own set of data tracking for how students are doing, their usage goals, their progress towards mastery of different skills and units, all of those things. And so when you're at the beginning of your blended learning career or experience and you're trying to set the tone in the classroom or you're trying to create the culture in the classroom, one of the things that I always encourage folks to do is start with getting consistent student usage. Before you hop right into how many skills have they mastered, where are they when it comes to their learning plan and mastering everything, before you get there, the start is, our students logging into the app? Do they know how to use it? And so I would encourage, for the first quarter or the first 6 weeks of the school year, or whenever you're starting this program, just focus on getting a really solid culture of usage. Make sure students know how to log in, and it's happening pretty seamlessly if you use some type of QR codes or some type of badge system, or it's on all of their devices and it automatically pops up. Whatever those systems are, you want to develop those first. What are going to be the structures that have to exist so that I can focus on making sure all of my students have access to and are logging into this app regularly? Because once students are in the app and it becomes a mainstay and it becomes part of what they're doing on a daily basis, that is going to lead to them being able to make strides and grow and progress through the app itself. And then that next set of data that you want to look at is, what is the progress like for their skill development? What are the strengths that we're seeing in with this app and the consistent usage? And then you can make adjustments to your small groups, to your one-on-one grouping, to potentially spiraling in more supports if you find that there's a trend that the entire class or most of the class needs additional assistance in a particular area. But that's how you, in my opinion, you get started. You start with just creating a culture of logging in and making sure that students understand why they're using this app, and that they're bought into, I want to get better here. I want to master this. And so I know that I have to log in at least 20 minutes every day, or I need to log at least 60 minutes a week in this app where I'm working and I'm pushing through. And then you can move into looking at the data more deeply to see where that progress is being made. And so once you establish that and you've got your progress, you've got your what you're looking for in terms of next steps to influence your instruction. Then we can start looking at trends across the school, right, or across the district, and that's where district leadership and school leadership comes into play. It's like, okay, we're looking at all the classrooms separately. Now we can come in and see what are some trends across the school, what are some additional supports that we need to be providing and pushing in so that we can support all of our students.